Welcome. You're listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra. CRUSADE.
Hello and welcome to... Are you serious? I gave a countdown and everything. That's how we're going to start it, with you just making a random noise? Oh, right. Cool.
The countdown was for me to get ready to make the random noise. Sorry.
Sorry, I said 3. I said, hey, we're going to start recording, and I start with 3, 2, 1... And then I started talking. I was like, hello and welcome. But no, you're like, no, the countdown is for whatever random noise I'm about to make. That's great. That's great.
Because no one else was talking, and I almost wanted Mike to also come up with a random noise. But we didn't plan it.
I almost did, but then Brian called you out on it.
So anyway, hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Tidepool... The Tidepool Orchestra. It's a podcast.
Where Brian tries to control 2 of his children that are way too old.
Okay. Cool. So what's up, everybody? We could start actually by talking about the channel if you guys want. We recently got like 3 new subscribers. We put out some new videos. You guys put out some cool Sonic videos.
Oh yeah, it was really frustrating. I died a lot and they're really embarrassing, but I don't know, I thought they were funny.
Yeah, you did die a lot.
I thought they were very good.
It's kind of embarrassing, but anyway. Yeah, so, and you put out a video, didn't you? The fractal plots?
Did. You know what? I put out a video saying that we have a fractal plots problem, and I don't know if people are watching that video. It's about a sock puppet movie made by Robert Benfer in 2010. But
Who's that?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't know who Robert Benfer is?
I do. Mike doesn't.
No, I have no idea. Please explain it for me and possibly anyone else who doesn't.
Okay, so there was this website back in the day before YouTube was out called newgrounds.com. Have you heard of that?
I don't believe you.
Is this stuff that you discussed in your video?
It is partially stuff that I discussed in the video, which makes this redundant. Hey, everybody, why don't you just check out that video? We have a fractoplots problem. If you
Mike.
If you search the word fractoplots, I'm pretty sure my new video is in the top results for some reason.
Hang on. I'll get to the top of this.
Do you mean the bottom of it?
No, because you said it was near the top.
I think I want to do the podcast anymore.
You can't use my fucking joke, you fucker.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna walk away.
Wait, so, how do you spell fractoplots?
I'm gonna pick up a small child who doesn't know what the fractoplots is. I'm gonna put them in a tree. Walk away.
I'm not a small child. How do you spell fractoplots?
Phonetic.
Frackl.
No, that's fractoplots.
Frackle.
Fracktapplots. Obviously, that's how you spell fractoplots. Look it up in the dictionary. It's not there.
Frackle should be. It sounds like a grandma that's trying to be like,
Brian.
Don't frackle.
Wait.
The video is number 3 on my search results.
Really?
Wow, we're so popular.
That's crazy.
All right, you know what?
You
know who you sounded like?
Who?
Jordan. Does she know who she sounded like?
No.
It was her voice for the vampire kid from fucking,
Oh, yeah, that guy. It's a good video.
Hey, I just checked on my end, and I'm number 4, but I think that's based on, like...
We shouldn't just be, like, circle jerking our thing.
I know, right?
I will jerk this circle all night long.
You know who we should be circle jerking about and having a praise circle for? Mumkey Jones.
Mumkey Jones. Okay, so speaking of YouTube, and I was actually trying to make this into like a nice segue. We were going to talk about our own YouTube channel and then expand outward from there, like some sort of weird predatory bird, like some vast predatory bird. Anyway, so YouTube recently changed their community guidelines and then gave Mumkey Jones 6 community guideline strikes within like a day, and then deleted both of his channels.
So first, I think we should talk about who Mumkey Jones is first, and then talk about specifically why the 6 copyright strikes are bullshit.
But they're not even copyright strikes.
Anyway, but Brian, you're, I think, the most qualified out of the 3 of us to talk about it. So talk about Mumkey Jones.
Mumkey Jones is a 23-year-old successful YouTuber, or at least he was until a couple of days ago when his channels were destroyed. He specialized in anime reviews, where he started out by doing actual reviews of anime, but then branched out and just continued to call it anime. Like, one of his videos was an anime review of the Bible. One of them was an anime review of Cory in the House.
Okay, but that's a meme, so that counts. Yeah, that is anime.
That counts. I'm gonna.
I know actual AniTubers who have reviewed Cory in the House.
One of his anime reviews, and this was like number 10 out of 50. So the number 10 anime review was for Two Broke Girls. That old sitcom. Pretty sure it ended. So I mean, his anime reviews were just kind of like hilarity.
Wait, what sitcom did you say?
Two Broke Girls?
No, that's still on the air.
That's still on the air? Well, either way, It's a successful anime. And then there were also these declassified survival guides because, you know, he's 23 years old, so he grew up watching Ned's Declassified on Nickelodeon.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think they should bring that show back. But anyways.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, if we want to take just a moment to digress and talk about Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, they were going to do a spin-off about high school, but then they decided not to. Anyway.
Why? Is it because they're racist?
Yes, exactly. So anyway, the thing about Mumkey Jones... Sorry. The thing about Mumkey Jones that got him pulled from YouTube seems to be that he was mentioning a certain guy with the... God, I want to say acronym, but that's not it. The initials ER. And you are apparently not allowed to say this man's name on YouTube, so I'm being very specific here and not saying that fellow's name. And so he got 6 community guideline strikes because Mumkey Jones, I believe, actually had the most videos of anyone talking about this guy. He did a full audiobook reading of this guy's like manifesto. If you don't know, this guy was a mass shooter. He was an incel, basically, that turned into a mass shooter. And Mumkey really was fascinated by this fellow and went up and like way beyond the level of normal fascination to the point where Mumkey actually owned a body pillow with this guy's face on it. So, yeah.
Wow.
6 community guideline strikes within one day, and the community guideline was actually made earlier that day. They changed the guideline, so I'm on Mumkey's Twitter right now. The YouTube response he got was, should have been in the email you received, but we don't allow content that appears to be posted in a, quote, shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, including promoting, glorifying, or encouraging violence, e.g. mass shootings.
Okay, well that makes sense. So the reason why those 6 the 6 strikes or whatever are bullshit is because they changed that guideline immediately. And the point of the strike system is to allow you to correct anything that you're doing. And then they just gave him 6 out of the blue, not being able to fix anything. That's such stupid bullshit.
And Mumkey actually
because they wanted to make an example out of him.
They definitely want to make an example of him, and that's kind of the point of why this is all bullshit. Mumkey created a new YouTube channel like the next day to explain the situation and why he lost he had 300,000 subscribers and he lost all of them within that. And he pointed out, this is incredibly bullshit because the whole point of guideline strike is that you can go in and you have a warning and you can figure out what to do from there and delete those videos. And he even pointed out in the video he was near the point of tears because this day was just not going right for him. He went to the doctor and it found out that his blood pressure is crazy to the point where he maybe at most has 10 more years to live and he's 23.
That's insane.
Yeah, this was not a good day for this fellow. But yeah, not only did they mass strike both of his different YouTube channels, Mumkey Jones and Mumkey Jones 2, but, they deleted the channels almost immediately. He actually created as a test just a video on his channel that was privatized, had 0 views, but had the first name of the ER initial fellow as the title, and it got a strike as well. So it seems to be like a bot that was doing it, right? Instead of like a normal human, because there was no way that a normal human could have been able to see this video. It had 0 views, so why did it have guideline strike?
What I heard is that it was like he contacted someone because he knew people at YouTube to be like, hey, is this right? You should fucking fix this kind of thing. And they're like, oh, well, it was intentional. So it wasn't just a bot, right? Or it might have just been a bot, but it did the intended thing.
It actually goes kind of crazy deeper. Like, Mumkey has various other YouTuber friends, including like Rusty Cage, and they started another channel, which is a podcast by the name of State of the YouTube. And on the podcast that Mumkey was talking about all of the stuff that was going on, he even pointed out, once you reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you get like your own private YouTube correspondent that you can talk to. And although he hadn't been talking to the guy in about 6 months because they just, people don't always talk every day, and he was doing the channel pretty good. I mean, he only had the channel for 3 years and he accumulated like 300,000 subscribers, and he was using it as a living, basically. But he talked to the guy, and the guy said, yeah, let me contact YouTube. We'll see what's going on. And the guy came back and said, yeah, it looks like it was intentional.
If you have a private YouTube correspondent, why wouldn't the YouTube correspondent, if you have
Yeah, exactly.
Why couldn't they? And you know what immediately struck me when you were first talking about this too, is not to bring up a dead horse from out from under the ground to pummel it more, but the Logan Paul thing. It was Logan Paul, right? Or was it the other one?
No, Jake Paul didn't do what you're describing. The Suicide Force thing, that was a Logan Paul thing.
Right. So why?
Yeah, that's okay, but mentioning this specific ER initial fellow, that's just absolutely out of the question. Which,
if you're gonna make an example out of someone, how about him? Or also, you can't sensationalize things like violence or death or things that of that nature. What about the Shane Dawson documentary that talked about Logan Paul and sociopaths, and it was being so fucking dramatic where it's he's a sociopath, am I a sociopath, whoa, zoom in and pause for 2 minutes after saying a simple sentence. That was really annoying.
That 8-part Shane Dawson series was crazy, and in fact there was a video on Mumkey Jones' channel before it was terminated that was a parody of that. Rather than saying sociopath, though, the entire video was just in that same style with the same background music and the same sort of dramatic zoom in with your chin sort of scrunched up into your neck that Shane does, which is kind of funny. And they kept asking, does Mumkey Jones have dissociative identity disorder? Which I think they were saying he does, but it was also all tongue-in-cheek.
Right. And so I don't know. Again, this is just another classic example of YouTube not knowing what the fuck to do with their platform.
Right.
I would also like to bring up the recent YouTube Rewind. My boyfriend actually pointed this out, is YouTube Rewind, because this year featured no actual creators that were really like, that actually represented what people watched this year, like as a general statement. That mostly YouTube Rewind is now being used as an advertisement for YouTube, and it doesn't fucking care about the creators. They're all using, the people like that are gonna be on, or are like TV stars almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Jake and Logan Paul were actually going out of their way to become, was it the social media guru type, where like they're making money off of YouTube in specific ways and creating in their own, like, what is it, the Team 10 house?
Yeah.
Like that seems to be what YouTube actually wants to do, is just focus on, these communities that all garner support for each other, work cooperatively, and just are money factories, just money factories,
Well, yeah, and originally YouTube was just a place to be like, oh, I'm going to make a funny YouTube video so I can share it with my friends. I'm going to be sincere on the internet for once, And of course, at a certain point, it is reasonable to kind of go away from that. But I think it's being taken too far.
So, in response to all of this stuff, Mumkey has actually created his own website, mumkeyjones.tv, which seems to be a temporary solution to probably a more permanent problem, because he seems to be using Google Drive to host all the videos. I'm not sure how many other people have spotted this, but I think he did mention it on his Twitter that he needs to find a better solution. Mumkey earlier today, and by today I mean December 20th, I think this video is actually going up on the 21st, so I guess yesterday, he did a live stream, and I was watching the live stream and trying to suggest to him like other solutions, other places that he could put up the videos on, hosting wise. I threw out newgrounds.com, and a couple of other people were saying, well, you can't do that with live action anymore. But funny enough, and going backwards a little bit, that's actually how Robert Benford got his start, as he was doing live action videos on newgrounds.com. Newgrounds is mostly for Flash animation now. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's where every time something happens with YouTube doing a bullshit thing, people are like, we should move to another platform. Like, make a better fucking YouTube. But no one has literally fucking done it.
Well, I think
they've tried. YouTube hasn't let them.
Yeah, YouTube is like a monopoly. You can't just go and say, let's build our own stores to compete with Walmart, because you need a lot of backing and support, and you're not going to have the exact same populace going to it immediately. And this will discourage a lot of people from even trying. Mostly, I just don't like the new community guideline rule, where nothing can be posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, including promoting, glorifying, or encouraging violence. Because, I mean, we've created this whole running gag and mythology of just picking up a small child and putting it in a tree and walking away. And I want to continue this joke because I personally find it hilarious. And if YouTube is just blanket stating that we can't make jokes like that, yeah.
Can I actually make a point with what you're saying too?
Yeah.
Instead of just putting, don't news channels aren't they on YouTube?
Yeah, backtracking a bit, and this was pointed out in the State of the YouTube podcast, there are various channels on YouTube that just straight up show plane crashes. And their excuse is that it's done in an educational / documentary style. But
no,
then,
all of the news is sensationalized. That's why it's so bad.
News stations are definitely sensationalized. I mean, the entire point of having their or whatever kind of like musical interlude they have to break apart the commercials from the actual news station. And I was actually in like a high school news channel thing in high school for like 2 or 3 straight years. They were calling it advanced web design, but basically we just made like the weekly news Friday morning that school watched. People called me the weatherman in high school. I don't really appreciate it. Anyway, like the whole point of that class is how I learned, like, yeah, actual news stations, they never focus on any one image for more than 3 seconds. The whole point of, like, sensationalism, you have to constantly make the pictures moving. You have to speak eloquently and captivate an audience. It's like,
well, and also in terms of mass shootings, normally they mention the person that did it.
yeah.
And they go in depth about all of their family stuff. And one of the things that bothers me about like that sort of situation is I feel like that, you know, you shouldn't publicize that kind of stuff because it only encourages copycats. And so if they're going to have that guideline specifically to kind of fuck over Mumkey Jones, but then allow these news channels to do their news how they want to do it, then it's fucking bullshit. You know, you can't just, again, favor one creator over the other in terms of like YouTube.
And it's not even just to further your point, and this is probably going to just throw you for a loop. The ER initial guy, the actual shooter, they mass flagged Mumkey's videos and took them all down, but they left the ER guy's father's videos, which showed him like yelling at his son and like basically just bullying him. Like, they left those videos up and they actually show that ER initial guy in the videos.
And I've also, I think, at least a long time ago, when I first, you know, looked into that shooting specifically, that guy made like vlogs before he did it. And I watched them on YouTube.
A lot of those vlogs are still up.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think about all this?
If you search that name, you'll mostly get actual news reports and like footage of what happened. You'll get some of the vlogs, but you don't get the actual audiobook recording that Mumkey did. That it's actually like how he met other YouTubers. Is Mike here?
I'm still here. I'm just listening.
I'm sorry.
Well, do you have any specific input, or have we covered kind of what your thoughts are?
I mean, not really. I don't know much about the situation, so at this point, I feel like I'm just one of our viewers for this particular topic.
What do you think YouTube could do differently? Because I'm sure you're more educated on the other problems that YouTube has had.
Right? Honestly, YouTube as a whole, they are getting to the point where they do not care about the vast majority of their creators. They're in it for the people who can bring, I guess, safety to their platform, as in, quote unquote, safe content, like things that are, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like they're going to be more supportive directly, not necessarily like indirectly, but they're going to, like when Fred was popular and he was the first channel to get to 1 million subscribers, YouTube promoted the fuck out of him because he was just nonsensical, non-threatening, quote unquote entertainment.
Yeah, he got movie deals. He got crossovers with Nickelodeon's iCarly. He had like a very short-lived TV series. Cartoon Network even tried to get in on that and found like the other YouTube channels that had a whole bunch of subscribers. What was it? Annoying Orange. Yeah. That got a TV show too. I think it almost got a movie.
Well, yeah, and it was on Cartoon
Network. Got a movie.
That was probably like the stepping stone to current YouTube politics, is they're trying to become their own TV station, basically. I mean, you have all of these YouTube Red originals, like Game Grumps had one. That got canceled, though.
Well, PewDiePie had one.
The Game Grumps YouTube...
PewDiePie is the one that got canceled. Good Game didn't get canceled. They only had one season.
Yeah. Either way.
I don't know. But another thing I guess we could talk about with YouTube too is they just make it, because they have so many creators that already do TV friendly content that has high production value, they are pushing down like smaller creators. It is
of which we are one.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to talk about is, you know, we love the content that we make for the most part. I mean, of course, it can always be better, but we legitimately enjoy the stuff that we make during it and also if we watch it later.
Yeah.
And we're just happy that, you know, I guess since we have 17 subscribers, that I guess 17 people like it.
I, for one, am glad that we have this tyrannical overruler, and quite frankly, I will do whatever YouTube says. That's not the point I was trying to make. I'm putting
that's not what I was
honest. I just want to throw it out there. I think out of all of us, I'm the only one trying to get famous off this shit. So,
oh my god. Well, what I was gonna say is, we're happy with the content that we're creating, and because of that, I guess it doesn't really matter too much if we blow up in that sense, except for I guess Mike. But reaching more people is always gonna be nicer. And you always try and look up guides on like, oh, well, how could you get popular? And I'm sure like a lot of people that have tried to start on YouTube try and look at it, and there's things you have to do fucking bots. You have to put outrageous tags. You have to make stupid thumbnails. There is nothing about improving your own actual fucking content.
I think I'm guilty of making stupid thumbnails.
Well, yeah, but we do that because of
to an extent, I completely agree with you. But on the adverse side, all of those things are only going to get you viewers. They're not going to get you subscribers.
Yeah,
I guess you're right.
It's like running into a mall to try to make friends just by screaming the loudest.
But if you're not viewed, you're not going to get subscribers.
But you're not going to get any long-term.
Exactly. Yeah, but if you don't get viewed and if you don't reach people in the first place, none of those things can happen. It's like, it's better to be loved than feared. But if you have to be one, you have to be feared kind of thing. It's like, it would be better to be subbed. But if you can only be viewed, if you can't be both, if you can't be viewed and subbed, it's probably better to just be viewed. Kind of? I don't know if that actually works.
We have over 1,000 views, but we only have 17 subs, so yeah.
Either way,
numbers are meaningless.
You know, yeah. I just wish.
I mean, everything is meaningless, man. In the grand scheme of things, like time is just an illusion too.
Oh man.
Well, let's go back to Mumkey though. So we know kind of what he's doing. He's trying to do the Mumkey Jones TV thing. He's trying to find a better solution in terms of hosting his videos than Google Drive. What are his fans doing? Because he had like 300,000
he had roughly 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, and a lot of them are posting like his old videos. There were people who downloaded his videos and are rehosting them. Actually, it's funny that you mention it. When YouTube deletes a channel, it actually puts the domain name back into general populous use. So somebody could easily just spring up and claim it, and in fact, somebody did. If you go onto YouTube and search Mumkey Jones for like channels, you can find one with that name and with that picture. But there's only one video on it. And it's titled, "This is multiple accounts can't have the same username," which, quite frankly, doesn't make a whole lot of sense grammatically, but that's fine. It basically just leads to
he's 6.
He's like between the ages of 6 and 12. I don't know for sure exactly, but the video itself just links to a Discord, and the whole point of the video is just that this kid wants to meet Mumkey Jones, and if Mumkey Jones talks to this guy, then I'm pretty sure the guy is going to give Mumkey Jones access to the channel. Which, considering it was made with a different IP address, probably a good idea, because I think YouTube might just be mass flagging anything with that IP address that Mumkey was using.
Mm-hmm.
Because he created 2 new channels, and they were both taken down within like a day. So this kid,
that is the likely.
This kid that made the video, his name is Lucas. He grabbed the username really quickly and put up the Discord link, and actually followed the Discord and started talking to the kid. The kid's really cool. He's probably going to be the next Mumkey Jones, honestly. Kid's just like a fantastic shit poster, and quite frankly, he's
Yeah,
just a
kid.
cool guy.
Yeah, kid, you hear that? You gotta live up to your expectations. If you don't become the next
Go,
Mumkey
Lucas.
Jones, we're gonna come after you. We're gonna put you in a tree.
Yeah, we're gonna pick up this small child and put him in a tree and walk away. Fucking. Oh god. Okay, so I think that's a good point for us to take a break, and I'll give you the audio from that video as our intermission piece, and we'll be right back. Everybody good?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
End of side A. Please continue on side B.